All right. We made it to Friday. Hey. So it's actually been a great week. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and it's kind of like how do you determine what's a good week, right? Well, I'm outside still, so that's a beautiful thing. I was suffering from some sickness earlier. Moving all that out of the system. I got in a good run this week. I got in one solid workout this week. But let's go ahead and talk about that workout. So we all know that this whole thing is dedicated to, my Kia runs with Crohn's, me running with Crohn's, me figuring out what's going to work for my body, getting sick kind of, and when I say sick, like head cold kind of sick, not like flare up kind of sick, right? But what has happened now is it really messed with my stomach. And so being sick, I really didn't eat. I really just stopped kind of eating, right? My sustenance this week has really been like smoothies. Y'all saw me. I've making the smoothies pretty much every day, which kind of really sustains me until dinner. So what's going on now is I've gone from like 0 to 100 like real quick, which is crazy because I'm not gonna lie, like I was eating like whatever I wanted, and when I say like what I mean, like I'm pizza, McDonald's, things like that. Just because it's kind of like, hey, if it tastes good, does it feel good? I've been through all that. It just, but to go from kind of that to saying, oh, I'm going to make a change, and then, making that change and then getting sick and then all of a sudden not wanting to eat at all is kind of like, oh my gosh. So nutritionally, I feel like I'm deficient right now. And so now I have to figure that out because there's also that underlying fear a lot of IBS patients suffer through, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis. It's kind of like, well, I don't want to eat because my stomach is going to start to hurt, because nobody wants their stomach to just hurt, right? And that's what I've started to suffer with. So making the change for the diet and like doing like a complete elimination diet, and the things that I know, like I know that red meat is not good for me. I know that gluten is not good for me. I know that dairy is definitely not good for me. And of course, like drinking, I'm a big sparkling wine drinker. So just those types of things as well. You just know they're just not, I know that doesn't work for my body. Plus then also, like I have a 6-year-old little girl. And so a lot of times when she's eating, I'll eat what she eats. So, and even if it's like, and she swears by a medium rare ribeye steak, and I make a pretty mean medium rare ribeye steak for her, and she'll eat it with like her broccoli and pasta, rice. And so it's just easy, because you don't want to have to do like 3 meals. And, between my wife and myself and my daughter, we all eat such different foods. Nobody wants to do that. So it's always easier to just do one. Anywho, but obviously broccoli, I cannot digest broccoli. I mean, like, it's just, that hurts. The steak, that hurts. Pasta, unless it's gluten-free, I can get down with that, and rice and things like that. So having to like make those dietary changes and then just cutting all that off. So, the whole foods and the junk foods, just cutting all that off and just going cold turkey, that's kind of been a little bit of an interesting struggle, because like now I'm really nutritionally deficient, because I'm really like, oh, if that hurts, I know I don't want to eat it, right? And so it's, right now I'm having to really, 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 really hardcore go into my next week, really thinking about like meal planning, meal prepping, getting everything ready, the things that I want to eat, the things that I need to eat, the things that I like to eat, because I almost fell out at the gym on Wednesday. And so coming off of obviously just being sick anyway, and lifting those heavy weights and things like that, like it was great until it wasn't. But then I realized I was just hungry. Like you can only lift so many kettlebells until like you want to pass out, right? So so I think it's also figuring out that, because my belly, like I'm not bloated, right? I mean, like it feels really solid, it feels really good. Like in my body I feel good, in my mind I feel strong enough to handle all this good stuff. But then it's like I also need to make sure that nutritionally I'm getting the things that I really need, because again, I am a runner and I do strength training and things like that. So my best friend and I were talking about like, how do you know that you're going to feel good in your body, et cetera, et cetera. Is it about like weight loss? And it's really not about weight loss. It's really, how can I get up and sustain my body and do the things that I need to do, the things that I want to do? Because the thing I need to do, I got to get up and I got to manage my household. I got to take care of my kid. I got to take care of my wife. Those are the things that I absolutely day to day have to do. I have to be healthy enough to do that. But the things that I want to do additionally, the running, the strength training, yoga. Like, these are the things that I really want to do. And those are the things that are good for my emotional and mental health. Let's just be real. So I have to make sure that nutritionally I'm taking in what I need and I'm not deficient. So it's going to be like a continuous journey. And it's crazy to say, like, I've been dealing with this all my life, and it changes year over year what works and what makes sense. So we're just going to keep on moving along with that journey. And, no, it's not about weight loss. It's really just, again, am I healthy enough to do the things that I want to do, the things that I need to do, to be happy in my life? Because, right, happiness is where it all lies, right? I mean, I think so. What do y'all think? All right. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see y'all next week. Cheers.